Hello everyone. Hello. Здравствуй, бусинка. Today we're going to have our usual Q&A and review of your images with me, with Alex Koloskov. Welcome to our live talk. Let me see. What do we have? Okay. So, as usual, if you see me well, if you hear me well, I'm expecting to see some plus or hello, Alisa, Richie, and we're good to go. We don't have much today to talk about. I guess it's just, holiday times. We all do some kind of cool stuff, but not photography these days, I guess. Okay, Joseph, great. So, we're good to go. Let's see what we have. How's your holidays, guys? How's any plans for... Well, let me ask you this. A new year, especially those of you who live in America, in US, do you really celebrate or not New Year? Because here in Georgia, in California, I see like these Christmas trees outside of the house before New Year, which is completely crazy, but that's fun. Richie, what image on the vodka? Oh no, I mean you did it, not me. Oh, you said AI. It was not good. I didn't post it because it didn't do well. And I wanted to play with it, and I forgot to finish it. So with default parameters, I didn't do well. It was boring. I want to post something, like cool, and it takes more time. So I didn't do it. We'll try more, I guess. Okay, Frederick, hello. Let's go. First, it will be Richie, right? Yes. Richie. I mean, I'm looking at your work, and 1 second. I didn't switch. Yes, now it's good. Okay, so we're talking about this post from Richie of this gin, dry gin on a black. I guess, yeah. The glass, not plexiglass, right? And Richie, you did the whole thing, right? It's was it for your client or self-assignment? Because I see sometimes photographers do this, text and kind of billboard type of thing, advertisement, which is completely cool. Yeah, just wondering what it was. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk. The image is really good. I mean, it's really, really good. Not much that I can critique here, but I hope I can pull something up for you. On this one, it's not quite visible, it's just a little bit. The horizon line, the divider between background and the table, it sits, well, almost in the middle. The good thing that is almost not visible. Okay, so here's the line. From what I see. On the right, I would say it's completely invisible on normal settings of monitor, but on the left, it's a little bit visible. So I would, Richie, if you can try to do the same thing on the left as you did on right, it will be perfect. There is no need to see separation because, the whole thing is like free flow of that blue gradient, which is amazing. This specular highlight makes sense there. It's good. It's good to have it. I guess it was Photoshop, right? You know what I don't like in it? A cheap lens. The bokeh and this flare that you have. Remember that the pattern, the aperture, right? On expensive lenses, it's lots of blades on that aperture, and it doesn't look like this. It's only 5 blades, which is kind of unusual. Okay, these days I don't see such flare. So if you have a different preset or something, you may change it. But again, probably it's only among photographers they will notice. Well, on the other hand, this like 5 how I call it, многоугольник, pentagram, right? It's kind of, I don't like it. I mean, even with more blades, I don't think it may be good. But anyway, not a big deal at all. In terms of lighting, it's great. All is good. I like it, and I want to talk about this, a little bit more about this one. Okay, yourself. Good. This is unusual, Richie. This is unusual that you don't have gin in the glass. So it's kind of ready for it, and it's cool. Again, unusual, it's not always bad. My question, why you decided this way? Why didn't pour any liquid in it? On the other hand, it's kind of inviting. It's actually, it's interesting that I feel like this glass want to be poured in, and you want some liquid, want to be filled. Kind of good idea. Another thing, it's touching the bottle. Why? That's definitely not what I like. It's not good. Usually we avoid touching. It should be overlapping, or remember, the whole thing. So I would put it, well, given the size of everything, probably I'll put it a little bit away from the bottle. We don't have much things going on, and it's horizontal, so we have room. On other occasion, I may put it in front of the bottle a little bit, but again, it may be for vertical shot. This one, you don't need to compact it, so I would make it a little bit separate. Excuse me. The background here is beautiful. I love it. This was it real? The background light is what you did. It's really good. I mean, it's very nice. Well, not much for me to talk about. What about this red line? What is this? I guess something gets in your way. I mean, something in the studio, and it's visible. Remember, guys, I was telling you that you shouldn't have bright stuff in the studio, around the subject. You may catch reflections that you won't notice. Something neutral tones, somewhere between black and white will work, because it's not really visible. And here we catch something really, really bright. I don't see anything on the bottle, that red, so I guess that's what you need to clean in Photoshop, because it's visible, it's noticeable. And then you have this strange, like ghost-like looking refractions, I don't know, on your glass. Here inside, it's very minor. It's almost unnoticeable, but clear glass. I mean, it's not dirty glass, but clean look is usually better. Why I like liquid in the glass? Because when you have liquid, usually all these things gone. The bottle look too small. Yeah, actually, but I guess it's glass like this. I mean, let me see. Yeah, it's huge glass. It's cocktail glass. So, and glass is kind of unusual because this the stem, the leg, whatever you call it, it's that thick, and it's kind of. I usually see the wine glass or cocktail glass when the stem is tiny. It's kind of more expensive for me. But anyway, it's different story. It's huge. It's a bowl, right? It's more like a beer bowl or cocktail, which is fine. The metal on your straw is good. It's slightly polished, but I don't see it as a big problem. Okay. what I would do, maybe I would darken a little bit this reflection in the middle. Not everything, but you have this kind of line, between that gradient. I would make it darker. It will be glossy. It will immediately give you glossy look of this straw, which is good. Okay, glossy is good here in this case. Ice is super cool. However, since you don't have liquid there, it's kind of a little bit too bright. It's okay to have this spectral reflection on the glass, like as you have. It's not perfect gradient, okay, I know, challenging thing, but still, the ice itself, ice is clear substance, right? And I would love to see more of that clarity of it. So when I look through, well, that's probably what liquid will do for you. It will make that ice a little bit more clear. In any case, this is a little bit too bright. It's like it's really have too much reflections, which could be improved if it would be if you have less reflections. So positioning of your lighting. Let me see. That's it. You have only this, and you catch that big reflection. I don't know. That's strange. Anyway, play with it more. Next time, eyes should be clear. Remember of all this. Let's have Pinterest. Photigy. Okay, Photigy is good. It's cocktail ideas and stuff. Alcohol. Where do we have alcohol here? Boards. This splash photography. Wedding still ideas. Hard to find. Okay, let's just search. Come on. What is going on? I don't need Business Hub. Sorry. So clean, right? Like this. Even like this, even though your photo is better. When we see through the eyes, it's cool, right? Here is less cool because more reflections. Okay, so this is what I mean. Same here. When we see through, it looks better. Even again, your photo is better, but this is how it is. Hello, Nader. Glad to see you here. Okay, what else do we have? Was bright spot on flare added Photoshop? Frederick, I guess, yeah, it was added in Photoshop. Wonder how hard it would to do in the studio. Second shot with tight glass has diagonal lines, which is very nice. Yeah, in the studio you can do such flare in the studio. You just need to have sharp light, catch that reflection. Plus you need to either close aperture, which may be not good idea if you need to have depth of field kind of shallower. Usually for this type of flares you use starburst filter. It will add more than one, but it will look quite natural. I think I never used starburst filter in photography, but in videography, product videos, it's really good. In photography, Photoshop usually better. Yeah. Okay. The glass is huge. Yeah, Frederick, look at this. It's really huge glass. It's something like wow, just cocktail glass. So, Richie, congratulations. It's really good work. I mean, really, I'm proud of you. You're getting better and better with every shot. So awesome. I'm really glad to see it. Let's move on. And next one will be this, Rafael. Not sure if Rafael was us. So the final is actually this one. Here is more like a question why it looked different in Photoshop and on desktop. So yeah, like fellow members of the group were suggesting you, it's probably due to different color space. Plus, yeah, when you open in Photoshop, it's one color space. You can use another color space. When you save on camera, it's another color space. Your Mac is using some, again, it depends of the settings of monitor, color settings of your Mac, if it's Mac. And yeah, it may be different. And the worst thing that you then open it, upload on your website, open, and again, you may end up having different color because of this RGB, and different browser even may render it differently. I think I've seen the cases when Safari, for example, was producing different colors than Chrome, which is crazy, but this is how it is. So yeah, just try to change color space in your Photoshop that you're working on. And another good thing which you always need to do is to shoot a gray card, not a gray card, the color checker card, color checker passport, right? You take a shot of it and you'll be, it's about a little bit different thing, but still you have correct color, and you can always try to play with, you know, color spaces and profiles to match it. Okay. And so we talk about this image, the final, a little bit later, but let's see now from Dave. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the group. This is great introduction. I love to see such introductions. And here's the image. Okay, so the first one is better. The first one is better. Let's see. Dave, I'll talk about composition first. You have positioned it the way that we don't usually do this. I mean, I usually do this myself when I shoot different heights of objects. I don't put the smallest one in the middle. What you can do with the smallest one, you can put it in the front. Then it completely makes sense to have it in the front because it's small. Like, you know, like you're taking a picture of group of people, right? The smallest one, the kids, go in front. This one is okay, but you put them between, and that's not the best idea. And it's quite symmetrical, the way that you put it inside between, talking about distance. It's almost symmetrical, again, which is not good in many cases. We always try to avoid this symmetry because of the rules of thirds, all this, you know, Fibonacci curve, all this stuff. It tells us that we need to always shift positioning that, you know, humans perceive kind of nice, I mean, more pleasurable in many cases when we have a group of objects. So I would suggest you to reconsider the way that you put them in. Again, you can look online. Because this is about, I would call it feeling of compositioning. I don't have, you know, I never measure anything. I just look it and start moving till I feel good about it. But the general rule is rule of third. So even between them, you can have it in the front. You can have glass and the bottle behind, close to each other. Maybe not touching, but definitely closer with this. Or you can move, for example, this. What is this? It's vodka. Okay, move this vodka more towards the glass, for example, or towards the bottle. So it's a group of liquids in the bottles, and then the final cocktail. It can be like this. Either way, but you need to play with it. Okay. Another question, Dave. Why you choose this vodka? I mean this bottle. Why it's that small? I mean, that's kind of look odd, don't you think? It's okay to have bottle like this, but then maybe your tomato juice, it's not juice, it's a mix, should be smaller, because it doesn't play well. Another thing that it's half empty. I know, you made a cocktail with it, but in product photography you don't do this. Okay, it's not a lifestyle shot when you kind of showing how it's done on, you know. It's a product photography, so it's a representation of product, right? Either vodka or alone, or vodka and tomato juice, I mean tomato mix. So the product should be untouched. In most of the cases, we do not open it. It's all closed, it's all brand new, it sits nice, and then we have something that made of these products, like a cocktail, which is completely fine. We understand that, you know, it was made from different bottle. Aurora saying that the glass with the red Bloody Mary in it looks strange on the bottom. Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. Thank you. I didn't notice it. So yeah, on the bottom, this is this celery, right? And I'm wondering how it gets behind. I mean, because it's a glass, it's not contents of the glass, right? It's a glass, and you got it there. Very unusual. It's almost like you put this celery behind the glass, not inside. Anyway, maybe it's possible when you have inside, but it's odd. I agree with Aurora. It looks a little bit strange. I would tell you, if it's normal, if it's natural, then it's fine. If you did something tricks like putting this outside, oh man, it's outside. Yes. What is going on here? Why you have your stuff outside? So yeah, now you kind of you're challenging yourself. Why not to put it inside? It's not in the glass, Frederick. It's outside. If you look on top, I see the glass in front of the celery. So this is why it sits there. I have no idea why it's outside, really. I don't know, but this is strange. So, Dave, composition, tons of work, and it's pleasurable work. You play with positioning, it's always cool. You click, don't do much. Lighting, the good thing that lighting is not bad at all, considering that we don't have lighting set up, unfortunately. I don't know what kind of light modifiers do you use. I mean, is it professional, do it yourself, you know? Is it like speed lights or some bigger studio strobes or continuous lights? I don't know. This is why I always ask to put some lighting setup, the real one, just behind the scene shot for me. What you can do, you can have a better gradient, okay, on this thick one, and it will be on the glass, so it can be even wider, and you made a gradient. You know how to do this, I'm not repeating it, so gradient would be better, okay, would be better. Also in terms of lighting, you may play, it's just an idea, you may play with putting the spotlight on a label, on a side, you know, some spotlight, to see how it will glow, how it will come up. It may look more interesting. And same for vodka. Vodka is so small that I cannot even talk about, you know, gradients and stuff, because it's so tiny. But same thing here, it should be better gradient, and you need to have light, special light, only for the label. Again, we use the very tiny spotlight, position somehow, you know, on a side, so it will be less amount of reflection from the glossy stuff, but it will create something really nice on your labels. You can do the same in Photoshop. Okay, dodge and burn. You open in Photoshop and just make like a spot, like oval spot, like light was, sitting on the side. So make like a gradient, some area will be brighter, some darker on the label. This is need to be done. Okay. It's so hard to find places. Oh yeah, I don't drink usually Bloody Mary. It has vodka in it, and this is the danger. I need cocktails actually, but this is probably the best. I don't drink cocktails, yeah. But this is the best to drink. But it's, yeah. It's good to make yourself, no? I mean. So what else? Hotel Colorado, San Diego. I'll be in San Diego next week, so we'll see. Bloody Mary maybe. In hotel in Colorado. Okay. Yeah, the background. Background is interesting. This is what I was going to talk about next. Background looks good. It looks like it's a wood, some sort of like a wooden cabinets or something. I don't know. At least it looks good together with the table that you have. So I would put it slightly away, further away from the subject. If you have room, I would do this. It will benefit. It will be even less visible pattern, and well, I think it will be good. What else? You have really cool lighting for your salary. I love it. It's really good. A little bit on the side. Most of the light comes through it, and it comes nice way. And it's fresh and nice and tasty. This is how our plants should look like, guys. It should be fresh and like this. Okay, enough for this. Good job. Can be improved. You know what to do. Okay, next one. Dave, you see what I click? I clicked zoom out. I cannot zoom out because there is no zoom out. So please next time do it for me. Zoom out it in Photoshop or in your camera. This is too close. I mean, you crop it like crazy, like what is going on? It shouldn't be like that. We need more room on top, on the bottom, even on the bottom, a little bit more on the sides. On the sides, sort of okay, but just pull it away. Here the same thing as I told Richie, why there is no liquid. Especially if you have this, I don't know, caramel or some nougat, yeah, whatever, something sweet. Oh, it's fudge. Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So if you have it that much, you have it in front, you have it inside, then definitely liquid should be added. Otherwise, it's gonna look odd. I mean, why? What I would do, I would put the liquor inside. I would take away this Fuji from inside and have them in front. Have them not like this, maybe. I would love to see a little bit of glass. So maybe 2 pieces instead of 3 or smaller pieces. And not right in the front of the glass. Okay, so this is my point. Should be somewhere between the glass and the bottle. Okay, maybe a little bit smaller. Same thing with light for the label. It doesn't look good. With just like the brightest part, the label, the brand, and it's kind of look dull and not interesting. So light, or you can do it in Photoshop. It's easy for to do it there. What is the brown stuff? No, it's not cork. It's this the same thing as on the label. This Fuji. That's funny. Like I know this word a lot. I mean, know it well, but never pronounce it. Imagine I live in like 20 plus years in US, I never said this. And it's like when I start telling it, I don't know how to tell it. I mean, how to say it. Okay, what else? Same thing with gradients. Dave, when you have that specular reflection from your strip box or from any light like this on the glass on a glossy surface, we shouldn't see your, how I call it, the diffuser, that pattern on the diffuser the light is making. What I'm saying, that you have brighter area here, then you have some lines, and you have some wrinkles. It's not good. It shouldn't be like that. The frontal area of your light, it may be, strip box, soft box, maybe diffuser. It should be flat. It should have no spots. It should have just, better to have gradient on it, but without all this. So you probably your soft box is not on like nice studio strobe, maybe because it's really low power, so it looks like speed light to me, but again, I may be wrong. The reflection should look way better. On the left, it's way better reflection. You have even the gradient there. It's not perfect gradient, but you get in there. I can tell you that if you have gradient, if you plan to make a gradient on a side of your cylindrical something glossy subject, make it wider, the reflection wider. So I would put it like wider, and then you have more room to nice gradient, and of course work on your gradient. And this can be moved toward the edge, because you see we lost edge. Right edge is almost gone, and it's not good. This is why we have edge light. So instead of this guy, see here, sitting mostly for the label, I guess, you move this light, the light which is on right, you move it behind the bottle, I mean the whole composition. So it will be edge light. It will play nicely for your ribbons and have some, cool highlights. And then you have one more light, third light for the label, spotlight, and it will be nice. Okay, it will be nicer. Also, I would suggest to use spot on a background, some light on a background. Usually it looks better. It's okay to have it like that if you really prefer, but if you want more visual impact from your photo, then think about light on the background. Okay? Good. Thank you. Except B. So Fuge like this. No?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I am not alone. They listening us. Okay. Next one. So Dave, move on. I mean, continue shooting. I want to see more of your work. We need behind the scene. Definitely, we need behind the scene. We don't have much submissions, so that's why I talk a lot. Yeah. Nothing new while I'm talking. So 700 shots. Wow. Rafael, my man, that's what I do, hundreds and sometimes thousands of shots of that liquid that doesn't want to, come up nice way, and then you have something nice. So 50mm lens, great. Great choice for liquid, because you can have camera farther away, but not too far. And it's wide for liquid. You better have wider lens, because otherwise it's gonna fly out of the frame. So we got this. It's good. It's way better. I think you've been posting something. It's way better. It's still need to have that splashy stuff, Splash. How you can find splash? Yeah, there are different types of splashes. You see, many of them like yours, but the best splashes are like this when we see through them. So in general, it's cool shape. You know, it's nice. It's kind of boom here and there. By the way, it's yogurt. It's better to be yogurt on splash. Or, I mean, if the liquid is not clear, it's better to have the same if you talk about product photography. Otherwise, it's kind of a little bit strange. And actually, it will eliminate problem with being not transparent. If you would use milk with glycerin, let's say, or milk with... Actually, we not use milk. For this, we use Elmer's glue with water. You know, guys, right? This special glue for paper. Mixed with water, it's perfect for splashing. But if you choose the liquid, think about getting it a little bit more clear. Okay. Anything clear will look better. Not clear, it could be small pieces. That's completely fine because they're little. It's natural. More splashes, more clear look. Like for example, this one, it's not so nice, or this one because we can see through it. Okay. You're getting better. I mean, we see through. For example, this one on the right is good. On the left, too much specular reflection. It's kind of a little bit. But again, you did really good job. It's cool. The way that it's not touching. You're working on the challenge. That's great. Okay. You have bright spot. You have really bright spot behind. Do something to your subject, to your yogurt. It needs more light, and I'm not talking about real light. It's Photoshop. Make it brighter. Make a gradient on your yogurt or whatever it is. Just paint. Make middle brighter than edges. Don't touch edges, and it will be good. It will be just popping up a little bit more. Okay. Also, I would suggest you to make darker corners. So a little bit more vignetting, I think it will play better. Again, it will balance it a little bit more because now it's really bright in the middle. If you would have it darker, again, Photoshop, no worry, you have all it. I mean, you have all what you need. But yeah. And this orangish red color will look even better when it will be darker. But try not to make it dark, like milky dark, because I see that it has a little bit kind of white color in it. Well, not sure if you can do it and how you can do it. It's just, too much white. But in any case, make it darker. Alex, I intentionally mentioned. Okay, I see. Okay, glue with water. Okay. Sorry, then I didn't read it well. Okay. Let's see. I feel like I need to go to the studio and throw splash a little bit. I won't do it as good as used to be because I forgot. It's muscle memory. But try to, when you have this your subject, try make this C or U shaped splashes. You have 700 plus tries, right? So you do like this under it, right? You do this, it will fly up. It's not going to fly like and towards it because it will be high velocity. The major thing, let me switch so I can have more room for my hands. Unfortunately, I'm not in the studio. I can't show you in real life. So the magic of making splash that looks really cool and actually has little less turbulence and everything make the time of impact splash and the subject very low velocity of the splash, and you do it by throwing it from the bottom. Again, you do this type of motion, it will fly off your jar, whatever you'll be using. Again, shape is really important. Different shape give you different splashes. Shape of whatever you're using, it will fly up and it will be slower, and at some point where it's really slow, it will hit the subject. It should actually be that it should stop flying up where the subject is placed. Okay? If without subject you throw it and it will go like this. This is ideal situation. It's hard to get there, but at least it will be slower. So it hits subject from the bottom. Hopefully it will be it will be not much liquid. It will not have those legs coming outside of the frame. And then you will see how it will look. It will be cool, believe me. And yes, before glue, that's good that you playing with this. It's easier to clean, so I completely agree with you. Liquid water is better. The only thing that if you play with water, make it thicker, because with Elmer's glue you easily control the thickness of your liquid, and it should be thicker than water. Here, do the same. Everything will be different when you use thicker liquid. The way that it flies, the way that those legs and spread, it will be different. The different amount of little droplets flying when it hits something. So if you kind of learning it, try to water is cool. Of course you need to learn how to do water splashes, but with thicker it will be a little bit different experience, so you may use glycerin to do this. Okay. Yeah, you see, with this setup, it's hard for you to throw it from the bottom. It's possible. I understand it's not huge studio. I love when it had it, huge studio, and it's like I was throwing. It's really hard. High. The good thing that you use trigger. That's awesome. That's laser, right? No, I don't see the way that. Is it laser or not? Okay, Richie. Have a great time, holidays, Christmas, and everything. And by the way, do we have one more day? Yes, look like we should have. Okay. Okay, so I should see you before New Year. Then one more time, last time this year. Okay, cool. So, Rafael, you doing really good at this. Work more with splashes. 700, it's fine. Add 1,000 to that number. And Frederick Miops, yeah. Okay. I think that's it. That's it for this one. And we done. We done, guys. So, what I can tell you. It was a pleasure actually to do this through this year. I'm glad that I'm kind of came back with this reviews and critique stuff. I really love to see. I'm glad to see how our group is growing. How many people we have? Okay, it will be 1,000 soon. Cool. And now, well, time to tell you goodbye. I will see you one more time. Let's meet on 28th, right? If it's possible. I hope it is. It will be on my side. So we can wish each other, Happy New Year. New Year for me is the biggest event in the year, historically. But for you guys, Merry Christmas. Have fun, be with your family, be with people you love. Remember that, this is the actual value that we have. The people that we live with, we talk to, the relationships. This is the only valuable thing in our life. The rest can be taken like easily like this, and anything can change really, really fast. So this is, I guess, you need to invest on. And wish you great holidays, and guys, see you on 28th. Okay, bye everyone.